Hurry, you find. Look there, let their wisdom.
Great Elden, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has across the realm. Life, foul curses, but the greater will has not abandoned us. So it is that the Tarnished are brave Tarnished. Your great rune is a handseek, another of to become Elden Lord.
Let the words of the fingers guide you. Well, a remembrance of gold has found it. Demigod. Oh, they is remember, and I will. The fingers. The children tainted and so listen.
The great harney.
Indeed. The demigod run. Now go. The children tainted and so listen.
The great harney.
Indeed. The demigod run. Now let the word.
Pleased to meet you. The name's Roger, but now I'm in this sorry state. I had a little mishap, and now I can't move. As you might guess, it's far from ideal. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? Time can move rather slowly, stuck here, you know. A little conversation goes a long way. You defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it. As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. The misshapen corpse on the Stormveil. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked. You'd better understand what happened, and that thing, I urge the utmost caution. So you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better. the battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you spy a mariner among their number. Those who live all the more.
Be sure to tell she's a servant. She's been my companion. I've lost count of the number.
Ah, well then.
That, its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take... May the Golden Order shine.
You've received the wisdom of the Two Fingers, have you not? Then, just as promised, I bid you welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I am known as Gideon Ofnir. As a Tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord, I am accumulating knowledge. To be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth, the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you? General Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat. I've heard survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore.
Oh, hello. I've not seen you here before. I am Nefeli Lu, warrior, here by decree of my father. The pleasure's mine, as a fellow Tarnished, guided by grace to the Round Table hold. Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study, the room Ensha's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while. It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it. It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
chance to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? Now, come closer. You are so very warm. My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so. But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Round Table hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
Now, look at you. Those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled his mark. Fine and well. Now lay out your arms.
The chill tainted by Anselus,
The great
Tarny, indeed. The demigod Godric the Run. Now go for.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing to the true order and celebrated repudiation of the false. Grant me succor! Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenny Fight, serving to the true order and celebrated repudiator. Grant me succor! Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenny Fight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor! Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. Despite appearance, you might have heard. Young Tarnished, I want you to take a Knight Commander from Trimbaka? Fine word. I doubt that it was... Now, go on. Right then. Time 5, much to do. What's that look? Well, even the... Which is why... Just you. Would you like... I see bright... Enter, and who knows? What say? Very well. I knew it. I shall hold us... I see. Right then. I've much to do. Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the
Always good, son.
You're tarnished, aren't you? And believe it or not, for a small... but in the case, just speak. Oh, there you are. Care to donate, believe it or not, for a small... Oh, care to donate a few, believe it or not, for a small... Oh, there you are. Care to donate a few, believe it or not, for a small... Oh, there you are. Care to donate a few, believe it or not. I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Rea Lucaria for a small... Well, bless you, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is presuming you only... Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That, only its doors have been closed for quite some time now, after they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering. The Academy, as you might have, making entry and so on, when they cast... Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through, and you'll never reach the edge. And if you, once you've, would you consider... I know it, but still, You've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the Academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well... But Selen was expelled from the Academy. Accused of unthinkable treatment of Sir... I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selen would find yourself without one, and you'll never eat. To learn another? Why, of course.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you... Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on...